Alright guys, don't worry about the low fuel on the Garmin. I forgot to reset the tripodometer on the Garmin for when I fueled up last, but this is the Longaberger Basket. Some of you may or may not know. Longaberger, I believe, is a very famous basket company. They make other things now too, I believe. But their building has looked like this for as long as I've been a kid. This is probably, I don't know, maybe my fourth time ever seeing it myself. Yeah, Longaberger Basket. So it's a pretty cool thing, they say. Sun's about to set. I should be at my friend's house, I guess in an hour. So hopefully I'm not riding too much in the dark. But I figured that was cool and you guys should see it. Buckeye Shooting Center. You guys want to know, I'm kind of pro-choice everything, right? So, ooh, wow, gas jump. Wow. When I filled up, it was $3.19. So yeah, I'm like pro-personal choice for everything. If you want to own a gun, own a gun. You want to have an abortion, have an abortion. You want to live in a house, live in a house. You want to live on a bike, live on a bike, right? That's, to me, that's kind of like the definition of freedom. It's the ability to choose the life you live. And, we got people convinced that that's America. And that's simply not the truth. I mean, we are certainly better than most. But it's kind of what the states were set up for, right? And so the abortion law is something I'm completely against, especially for rape victims or underage children, either or, underage children who are raped. So I'm sure you guys paid attention, and Ohio had a 13-year-old girl who had to go to Indiana to get her abortion, and unfortunately this is why the states were made, right? So each state was supposed to have their own laws, and if you don't like the laws of your state, then you have the right to choose to live in another state. Whether that be for abortion reasons, or tax reasons, or gun laws. You have the right as a United States citizen to live in any state you want. Opposite of other countries. Sure, if you're a French person or Chinese person, you can live in any French city or French territory you want, and same with the Chinese. So although they're only kind of, so it's harder for a Chinese mainlander to live in Hong Kong or Macau. Not that it's not possible, and not that there's not people who have done it the proper way, but there's also, illegal mainland Chinese immigrants in Hong Kong, and there's also illegal foreign immigrants in Hong Kong. So, I don't know how that is with Puerto Rico for us. I guess that's the closest example as the United States has to something like one government, two party system. Because the Puerto Ricans, they have their own passports. They don't have U.S. passports, but I believe their passports have all the same quote-unquote privileges that ours has. But their passport actually says Puerto Rican, or Puerto Rico, not United States. So, I mean, I guess that's my little rant. I'm kind of pissed about the abortion stuff, and that's simply because I am pro personal choice. You know, decorate your house how you want to decorate your house. Drive the car how you want to drive. Obviously, you know, ultimately your choices are limited, or I guess you could say it's almost an illusion of choice, right? So your choices are this, and this, and they're all is kind of the same choice. But when it comes to shooting guns, I'm pro guns. I love shooting guns. I wish I shot guns more. But do I own a gun? Nope. Have I ever owned a gun? Also no. I don't see the need to. Everyone thought I was crazy for not on this trip taking a gun, and I feel like sure, if you're in an environment where someone pops off and you have a gun on you and you can de-escalate that situation, that's great. But I feel like most guns only escalate things in an average situation, not like an open shooter or active shooter environment. So yeah, if I was in an active shooter or an open shooter environment, I would 100% want to have a gun so I could de-escalate it, obviously firing the weapon. But like if I'm getting robbed or whatever on this trip, like and they're using a gun to do it, like I'm not wanting to reach for a gun. Like I'm gonna want to talk them out of it. Like look, man, how can I help you? You know, helping you is giving you my car or jacket or $100 or whatever. If that helps you, then great, you know. But last thing you want, last thing I want is for you to pull that trigger. And in that situation, I want to try to de-escalate it, get them to lower their guard, and hopefully get them within arm's reach of that gun. You know, that's the classic movie faux pas. Even in, you know, quote-unquote military trained subjects, like, look, I promise you, James Bond, Jack Ryan, Tom Cruise, I guess he was, they wouldn't be such badasses if people, you know, shot at them from only 20 feet away. But because people walk up on them carrying a gun and don't shoot them, then that allows them to be in reach of the gun. And as someone who is pointing that gun, that's the absolute last thing you want. So you don't want to be in reach of someone being able to grab your gun off of you, which is why guns are long distance weapons. They're not close combat. And what was I watching? The Tunnel List. It's so far so good. Truth be told, if I had to recommend one military style TV show over the other, I would highly recommend The Seals, something like that. I think that's what they're called. On Paramount Plus, from the guy who was in Bones. I thought the first season and second season and, you know, multiple seasons of that was much better, had better character development and stuff than the Terminal List. Not that I think Terminal List is bad, but you know, they're killing off his platoon and they try to kill him off, and this quote-unquote trained mercenary put the gun right up against his head, like, while he had his hands up. So he basically like put the gun like right in front of his hand. And it's like, oh wow, how did he survive? You know? So just stuff like that. all this over a Longaberger basket. I'll probably have to edit it and change it around. So in theory, I want to be avoiding roads like this, but GPS messed up, and it's been messing up. It hasn't been telling me my turns on my Garmin Zumo. Twice now it's told me to go down a road, and then once I've gone down that road so far, it's like, oh, you can't drive on this road. Cars are prohibited. And it's like, what? You told me to go down this road. And so when that happened this time around, I switched over. Oh shit! I wanted that exit. I switched over to my cell phone, which I'm glad I have that availability. So far, the only plus that I've seen to this Zumo is I've seemed to have nothing but problems. My first time on a long trip, you know, the test run before leaving for a long time, like, the Garmin just put me in circles and just kept, you know, circle after circle after circle. It was ridiculous. It was like, go here, and then I'd go there, and then it'd be like, oh no, you need to turn around. And then I'd turn around, and I'd go down the road it said I needed to go around, and then it'd be like, turn around. And so again, I just used Google Maps on my phone. So yeah, you know, it's good to keep your options open. Anyways, so far the only plus to the Zumo or the Garmin over my cell phone is that with these big ass honking winter gloves, I use the Zumo. I can't use my cell phone. I don't know if that'll be true with my summer gloves. My actual summer gloves have the little lightning bolt on the index finger, so I should be able to use those gloves on my cell phone. But with these winter gloves, I can only use the Garmin without stopping and actually taking off my gloves. So again, don't worry about the fuel level. I forgot to reset the Garmin when I stopped for gas, which is so far is a nice feature. But also what would be a nice feature is instant routing updating, because it seems to take a while or just doesn't do it. And also, you know, voice direction. So sometimes it won't say anything, and then sometimes randomly it'll be like, navigate down road. And it's like, thanks, Garmin. Now why can't you tell me when to turn? And at one point in time it did, but it just doesn't do it anymore. So, in theory, this is day 3 of a, I don't know, year and a half trip. So, it's still going to take me a week or more to leave Ohio, and I hope the weather stays nice, so I'll be keeping my eyes glued on that. Because that's what's allowing me to leave now instead of March. Like, the bike in theory has been ready since mid-December, and I would say I've been ready since that about time too. However, Christmas, New Year's, my sister needed me to do things, like watch her dog and stuff like that. And I wanted to watch her dog. I love that dog. But yeah, I stayed a little bit longer, and then I don't remember when it was. I think it was in December. We got like -5-degree weather, and I was like, okay, looks like we're gonna have a hard winter. I think I'll stay till March. Let me see if I can pick up a part-time job. So I started looking for part-time jobs again, and then, it started being in the 40s and 50s, and it's like, crap, how long is it gonna stay like this? And then it was like, alright, I gotta go. I just have to go. Otherwise, I will be stuck here, and I'll be stuck here because of winter. You know? So, right now it's 50. I am actually hot in this suit. The only part that's even remotely cold, on my hands a little bit, but I got my heated grips on, and my elbow seems like, not my elbow, but the crack of my elbow, whatever you want to call it, the bendy part of my arm, which is the opposite side of my elbow, seems to get colder than most. But, yeah. Nonetheless, as far as gear and bike and stuff, I really have no complaints so far. But, we'll see if they stand the test of time. I'm sure this gear will. Most people online who are talking about climb gear says they have it for 10 years, so, and I bought the latest version, the AC certified version, so that way, you know, it's basically future proof for, you know, the next 10 years. So, like, from what I believe they said that this suit is pretty much as good as a leather suit that the motorcycle racers would wear. As far as protection and abrasion resistance goes, just, you know, it's more geared towards outdoors versus slimline sleek racing. So, alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. No? Man, that 16-tooth sprocket, this is a trick for sure.